How is it going today? Hello, this is Ken. My name's Dwayne.
My name's Jazz.
We're doing Jazz. Today we have the Inside the Mall of Jake Paul part 2 for us of the finale. We split in halves.
Right, it's too long.
It's too long. Way too long.
It's like you're in a movie theater.
Right. So, if you guys have any extra requests, please follow us on our social medias in the ladies below. Don't forget to
subscribe.
Let's dive on in.
One of the first big situations that happened that kind of made everybody not like you was
The news?
Alyssa Violet,
Oh.
your ex-girlfriend, supposed ex-girlfriend. She said she got kicked out. She was mad. She made a whole long video about it. She showed Snapchats of all her stuff, like in boxes. And I even remember when I saw that, I was like, whoa. I was like, this is fucking crazy. Like, what is this? And that was very much like one of the first.
That sparked like the diss tracks and stuff.
So
that we
there's
were
a lot
watching.
of that story. I don't know how much you want to go into, but I think you
should speak on
should.
it.
Also, I talked to Keemstar about it because I know he's friends with her and boyfriend and stuff, and he said the same thing I did, which is like it's kind of necessary because it explains a lot.
Yeah. Because Alyssa is like at the root of a lot of the issues.
Yep.
It's hard for me to talk about, for many reasons. And like one of them is like I don't want to like start shit again, just because like I'm so like I hate the drama now. Like it's like so overplayed and like you I've met with Banks in person and like we've both said out loud like if it weren't for this situation like we would probably be homies.
But since that happened, no.
Where do I start?
I feel like he's nervous to get the truth out. It involves some very raw, sensitive subjects. Out of respect for Jake, I'm not going to be adding music. Okay, so it's just going to be no drama, no, setting the tone.
My fear with talking about it is like it's such like a sticky situation, and like if I talk about it, like it's just gonna like bring up all the shit again, and like.
I mean, it's kind of like you're revisiting.
A lot of the reason why I didn't talk about the situation, or like my side of the situation, is like to defend my brother.
The airplane came in at the perfect time.
Right. I'm like, did he add the airplane? He said, I'm not going to add music, but I'm going to add an airplane.
No.
I know the fear of like, oh, if I talk about this, then maybe it'll start another beef and a battle. From what I've heard, they don't want that. I think they're wanting to move on.
Alyssa did.
And I think they probably are going to understand like that this is necessary to talk about. And also, this is something that is kind of public knowledge. It's like there's been news stories about it and stuff. He tweeted something and then deleted it. When I found this out, I was like, whoa. How is Jake not
saying anything
more fucked up? Like, it was crazy, right? And I know that there's 10 sides of the story, but like, just, well, yeah. So
I guess like backtrack, like Alyssa and I always like really liked each other. We were always like dating, but like not really. Like were we a thing? Yes, we were a thing. One day we're not. One day we were. It was a very like rocky like sort of relationship. I wasn't at the time mature enough to know like how to be a boyfriend. We would always like get into arguments and be fighting and like go through like ups and downs. Like everyone would see it around us. Basically, I did something that I think it was like I did like a bunch of things that like pissed her off. And like she wanted to
leave.
Looking for revenge.
I guess is the word.
what do you do to piss her off?
It was a combination of things. Like I did, like
with
again,
other
like, it was
girls.
just me like.
You're not trying to say it. Say it.
She said it though.
I know.
Just being like mean towards her, or like saying things in the argument that like would piss her off, even business things, because she was like a part of Team 10. When we would like not be dating, like I would go and talk to other girls and like, and yeah, she would go talk to other guys. But I think everything just like added up, and it was like this like really bad situation. I think like if someone sat down and talked to her to like today, she would say like it was just a terrible situation. Like, we were living together, we were doing business together. Yeah. We were dating, we weren't dating. I was like her like manager basically. Like it was just a terrible situation, and like I think she would say the same thing till this day.
Well, she went into more detail, but
we would always do shit to piss each other off. And I don't even like.
You could tell this is very hard for him to talk about. It's like every time he wants to say something, you just hear like air just come out.
Basically, she came up with a plan in her head that like she wanted to make me feel the way that, or she wanted me to feel the way that she felt, because she thought that I like hurt her so much, and she wanted me to feel that same pain.
And so that's why she went with
so
Logan.
I think out of spite, she began a relationship with my brother behind my back, like without me knowing about it, and
but I mean, they made YouTube videos together and stuff. So
it was a sexual relationship, and it was while we were dating, while we were on, while we were off.
Really?
But they were never official.
In the back of her head,
so
I think, like I know actually, that she wanted me to find out, and
I think after she did it, she was like, "Oh no, I don't want to do that."
And that was like her way of like hurting me and like getting revenge for the way that I hurt her. I don't know.
I feel like that's still messing him up today.
Yeah, to this day, yeah. I mean,
so I'm literally like sitting in like on the couch like this one night, and my friend comes up to me and is like, "Hey man, like
I gotta tell you something.
I've been kind of like putting clues together, but like someone needs to tell you."
Well, that's a good friend for
was
telling
standing
you.
right there, and the person who was telling me, and I was like, "Yeah, all right, what's going on?" And he was just like, "Alyssa and your brother have
They did that.
been having sex."
Yeah. He's still shocked by it today.
yeah, you could tell.
You could tell.
Shane's just like, oh, Jesus Christ.
You could tell in his face that he's still shocked by it and the way that he's speaking about it. Like, it's still affecting him today. And I think it's not so much that Alyssa did that to get revenge, because she could have got revenge with anybody.
With anybody from Team 10,
But
probably.
it's the fact that
it's your brother.
your one brother that you have.
One. It's not like you got two of them.
Yeah, it's not like you have siblings and like you got another sister that you could talk to about it. Like, no, that is your one brother. And he went ahead knowing that your younger brother was messing with this girl on and off or whatever, and you still did that. So it's kind of like, I feel like it's more like he's hurt by Logan, I feel like, not by Alyssa. Yeah. At least I would think that I would be more hurt by my sibling rather than somebody that I wasn't even really in a relationship. Like, I kind of was, but I kind of wasn't. Yeah. Like, okay, like that's just somebody trying to get revenge on me versus this is my brother I grew up with.
Yeah, and he knew.
That did that to me, and he knew how I would feel about this and still did it anyway. Behind his back. Because he said Alyssa did it behind his back, so that means that Logan didn't say anything either.
You know why he did it?
Why?
Because he's a maverick! He's a savage!
Oh my god.
Yeah, boy, yeet, yeah.
I was trying to have a serious moment. I just messed it up. But anyway, I feel like that's why he's so like caught up and choked up. Stop. Oh my god.
All right, let's get back into it.
Gosh.
And
See, I'm the sensible one.
I don't even know what I did. Like my mind was going like a million miles per hour, and it kind of like immediately, like without asking him why he thought that or like what the clues were, how they even found that out, I was like, yeah, like that makes like it all makes sense now.
Oh.
I
Like
can
he
totally
felt
see
that.
And I was shocked. I didn't know how to react. I think I was just like heartbroken.
Yeah.
For many reasons. I was like, how could like why would my brother do this?
See, that's what I'm saying. The
Was,
first
like, one of
thought
my
is
first
your
thoughts.
brother.
And I think like, yes, like in our fucked up relationship, like we did a lot of messed up things to hurt each other, but like that to me was like
The worst.
just like that was it for me. I was like, I don't want to look at this girl. I can't believe this. Like I don't even really want to like talk to her.
He's feeling mad all over again.
And so I stayed silent for like 3 days, and I don't know if I need to like go into any more detail really.
He's still hurt. Look at him.
Listen, and I want to hear the rest, but I also don't want this to look like I don't want this to be like a fuck Alyssa, thing where we're throwing her under the bus or whatever. And you said they did things to hurt her too, but I do want to say, from an outside perspective, my brain can't process, this and your brother doing that. So I think,
Shane.
I'm sorry. It's the way he's like, yeah. I'm sorry, I'm laughing.
I think that Shane can't process because it's like the
Your
same
brother,
thing that I
yeah.
said. Like, it's
Your
your brother.
brother.
Like, your
That was,
brother
like,
would do that to you.
The reaction like you're having right now is like
Like how he
what
felt.
happened to me. Like I sat there for like 3 hours like silently. I don't know. I couldn't process it either. Like I had so many questions. Like I wanted to
Like how and why. You want
punch
to
my
beat
brother
somebody
in the
up.
face. But again, it's like it's not like as much as the situation is messed up. Like it's not throwing Alyssa under the bus. It's not throwing like my brother under the bus.
Saying how he's feeling.
Like-
And that's how it was.
That's how it was.
I don't know.
this is something that I don't think that many people in the world have gone through, and nobody really
Nah.
know how to process.
Yeah.
Because your brother will
this,
automatically
and
be like,
also,
nah.
Just because you're Jake Paul,
But he's not his brother. He's a maverick.
whatever shit, like it doesn't mean that you're not allowed to fucking process this and talk about it and figure it out. Because like what that is, no matter what bad stuff you did, you're allowed to feel like that was probably
Messed
one of the most
up.
fucked up things ever. Because it is.
Yeah.
Okay? Like, and I know I just met you, but like when I heard that, I don't understand, and also it's not something a human can understand. Okay?
Right.
So like, and I hate that you're like afraid to even process it because you're afraid of like drama or this isn't drama. This isn't
is
like
your
a
feelings.
Keemstar video. This is like real fucking shit. It's real life.
So this isn't a Keemstar video.
So take away the fear of what people are going to say or analyze,
And
I
speak your
actually
truth.
want to know what's in your head. And did you talk to your brother? How did you get over this?
I wonder if he did.
Are you
Yeah.
not over this?
No, I'm over it.
No,
you're not.
No, you're not.
I
I think you're moving on from it.
Yeah,
but you're
you're
not
not
over
over
it.
like don't like to like me as a person. Like I don't want to like hold grudges against people.
Saying that
Yeah.
means you have a grudge.
Me to find out about it, and she wanted me to have the reaction that I did, and that was like her way of like hurting me, and I think she wanted to like try like to split Logan and I up.
I don't know. I feel like she just wants to get revenge. Maybe.
I mean,
If I just like let that, like it gave me so many trust issues.
Yeah.
Of letting anyone close.
But for me, that was like, if I just let this like manipulate my life, then like I'm giving her like what she wanted. Like if I let this like affect me and like ruin my life, and I just like become depressed and like sad about it, like then she won. And that's why
You
like,
didn't
I had to
wanna
like
be-
fight against it. And like for my brother, I think that's where I was more disappointed.
Yeah. So-
And I talked to him, and
you did not care.
that took me a lot longer for me to forgive him.
What did he say back?
Like what? How and he's not here to defend himself or whatever, and I'm not throwing him under the bus, but I just want to know, like
What was his reaction
how
to
do you
you?
even have a conversation like that?
Yeah.
He's still hurt by this, so.
He basically said, I did. His thing was like, oh, I didn't think that you guys were actually like a thing, and that like you guys were like actually dating.
So it was okay to do. Is that what he's basically?
That was like his excuse, I guess.
And not much after that.
Yeah. And then, yeah, I mean,
Is that? I think the reason that people want to hear you talk about this, the reason for me, is because the fact that you maybe didn't fully talk about it like this
well, that's what
With
like
anyone.
is like
Really.
confusing because it is a life-ruining event for I think anybody.
It'll definitely change your life
It's bad. I can't.
and change who you let around you.
I think when for some reason, like I just wanted to like, I think my initial thing for not talking about it was like trying to defend my brother, because I thought I was gonna make him look like really bad.
And that shows that he still loves his
I
brother.
regret not talking about it and like telling the truth about it before, but then like I just stayed silent and like.
When you tweeted and you deleted it, was it just like, oh my
I
god?
was like super impulsive. Like I was like so angry because like everyone, like her
What did
fans
you
were
tweet?
like tweeting me like I tweeted something random and they were like, "Yo, you shut up, like you piece of shit, like you kick girls like out onto the street," and I was just like, "No, like I forget what the tweet said."
See, I'm not gonna be silent.
Because
Alyssa F.
what
my
I
brother,
heard
so I
at
kicked
one
her
point
out.
Was, you know, you found this out. And
Oh.
She kept living there.
Stop
Right,
tweeting
she
each other while we're in the same
Yeah,
house.
so I-
She was there
What?
for a while.
So
So this was happening while y'all were still in the same
after I
Team
found
10
out,
house.
Yeah.
I confronted her about it, and
Wow.
when I confronted her about it, she like admitted to it, but then I was like, "You live in my house.
You gotta
I
get
just
out.
don't want to be around you. Like I'm so hurt by this. If you could have like move out and like find a place to stay in the next 30 days, that'd be better for both of us. Like just
Just
take
go.
30 days and find somewhere else to stay. Like I just don't want to like be around you." Like I was so
So mad.
messed up by this. But then after 30 days, she still didn't move out, and then another day went by, another day went by, another day went by, and then all of a sudden it was like 40 days, and she just was like refusing to leave, and so
he packed up her stuff.
I basically told her, I was like, I can't have this anymore, and she just kept on like taunting me about it, actually, and like.
What do you mean?
Like, for that like 40-day period, like we wouldn't talk, and like every like once in a while she'd like walk into the house and like say something about like Logan or something
about
like,
the
out loud
Mavericks,
so that like I could hear it.
Oh.
Just like malicious things.
Y'all had a toxic relationship.
Yeah, that's bad.
And so after like 40 days, I was just like, this is it. Like, I can't do this anymore. And I called the moving truck and like told her that she had to be out. And that's where you start to see the Snapchats and like all that stuff. And I knew very well like she had places to stay. Like I gave her places to stay. I told her like, yo, I'll get you Airbnb, like whatever you need to do. Like I just can't have you living in my house. Like I was gonna like go insane. Because every time I saw her, I just pictured like
Yeah, oh.
them
I'm a maverick.
together.
I'm a savage. Oh, yeah. Hallelujah. Oh. Oh.
But
He was eating in that thing.
I
Dabbing in it.
Stop.
Like
Oh my god.
like I forgive her, honestly. And I forgave my brother like a lot sooner. It took me a while, and like I don't think she or Banks, like I haven't told that to them, but like I forgive her, and like I also like apologize to her because like it was just such a bad situation. Like we drove each other like
Insane. Y'all just still need to be in the same house. That's what it was.
Is there something that happened with you guys that in her head justified her doing that?
I remember her, when I confronted her about it, her justification was like, she said to me, like, you made me do this. And I think it was because, like, when we were on and off for
You know what you were doing.
I would go
With other girls.
and be with other girls.
Yeah.
And she would go and be with other guys. But I think the fact that I would go and be with other girls, like, always lived with her. And it's what she means by, like, you made me do this. Like, I brought her so much pain, which is why, like, I know I did. Like, I wasn't, like, no one in this situation is innocent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I don't want you to feel like you have to forget it and move on so fast, and because like you have every right to take your time with that.
Yeah, didn't that happen this year?
Like, I
Last
don't
year.
even know
Last year?
how you could
Oh,
be
that
in
happened
it.
this
Like,
year.
That was like the summer last year.
at
Oh,
least
okay.
not for a
Still-
long
still
time.
fresh.
Or
Yeah.
like
2017.
So it's still
Yeah,
a fresh one.
like,
Oh yeah, that was just like literally a summer ago.
Yeah.
like,
I'm gonna say something and we can cut it, but I feel like you care a lot about your brother.
Yeah, he does. Because he's hurt by it, but he wants to protect his brother at the same
I'm a
time.
rocket scientist to see that you and your brother went through some shit. I understand not wanting to lose him and lose that relationship, and like oh my god, I literally don't even know. It's so my brain is processing it. I don't want to feel like I have to like it's like a weird situation, right? Where it's like you don't want to piss anybody off, but also like this was a catalyst for so many things. Like
Where all his
everybody thinks you
behaviors.
drown, and it was this and that, but cut to her with your brother, and also you don't really have that many people around you that you probably can trust. And he's your brother, and now you can't even trust your own brother.
Can't even trust your blood sibling.
It's your family, so what the fuck do you do?
Right.
Like, this is all stuff that I want to talk to you about because
I didn't know what the fuck to do. I was like, it was the most alone I ever felt in my life. And like, ooh, I felt like I lost everything because I did care about her a lot. And then like, it was just like, that's out of my life. And then like, my parents didn't even know what to do. My parents like tried talking to Logan and like, they were pissed at him and then I talked to him about it and like, it didn't really make me feel better about the situation, but like, I just had to like swallow the bullet.
Yeah, because he was like,
he was
I
not
fucked
phased.
Yeah.
What hurt the most was like, when months after,
Right.
they like made out on his like diss track thing
Oh yeah, I remember that.
that he made against me.
And so it was like, he was like, oh, I didn't know you was with her, bro. And then just went and kissed her again. So it's like,
because when I see, you know, thumbnails, right, on YouTube, like, oh, reacting to my brother, or kissing, you know, Jake's girlfriend or whatever.
I think it's all clickbait.
It's fake. I assume
Right.
It
it's
was
not.
real.
That, to me,
That's
is,
wild.
crazy. And also,
Because we thought that it was just like, oh, they're just going back and forth.
I remember when we was reacting to it because
Yeah, because
I don't know which loyalist told us to react to the
Somebody.
everyday bro.
Yeah,
And then we
that's
just
how
was
like,
like,
we fell into the hole. It
the
was like,
hole.
because everybody was hitting us up like, oh, you gotta look at It's Every Day, bro. And then after that,
Just
then
saw
we
it.
looked at, I think it was,
The
what was it,
Rise.
Rice Gum? And then it was like, It's Every Night, sis. And
That,
then
yeah.
it went to Logan's. And then like, it became so many diss tracks. Like at a point, we were just like, all right, so y'all must be doing this for like views or something like that. Because that's
Yeah,
what we
it was
thought.
that.
'Cause
We
I'm
just thought
like,
they was
y'all are
talking, like,
siblings. Because that's
part 2, part 1,
Right.
and part 2.
And like
stuff
they
like
kept
that.
on like, you know, like throwing little like preview trailers like for their diss tracks and stuff. And I was thinking because y'all are brothers, you know, y'all are piggybacking off of each other.
And that's the exact time when they really started blowing up. Like I would say, that was when they really started blowing up.
I mean,
Because
diss track season, that's what I'm gonna call it.
that
Diss
was
track
Simon and
season
all them were
was
KSI all them was doing diss tracks
everybody
last year.
was blowing
Everyone
up who was doing
did
diss tracks.
We did diss tracks.
We did it
Like,
on each other.
Right.
So like, and that got some views too. But it was like, it's different for us because it was fun for us.
Yeah, it
like
was
we
like
didn't
coming
have
out-
any animosity. We didn't
No,
have
it
any
was
like
just-
underlining issues. Like it was just like
For
we
fun.
sat there and just wrote stuff and then just
Right.
did it. Now them, they actually had issues.
yeah.
So from us looking in at that time, we're just like, oh, this is just fun, whatever. Like it's just diss tracks going back and forth. It was like, when is it gonna end? And it was actually stuff going on that we did
Yeah.
not know.
But I feel like if
So
those events never happened, I don't think they would be as successful as they are now.
I think it would.
You think they would be as successful?
Yeah. The reason why is because like if they're vlogging every day, and you know it's every day, bro.
Right.
And like they're vlogging, they're doing all this crazy stuff, like he said, like what's the next biggest thing that we can do? And it's kind of like they're being like jackass.
Right.
At the same time, it's like they're gonna continue doing that every day, and then they're gonna continue to piss people off, and then they're gonna continue to get numbers and continue to get views and stuff. So I don't think it would have ended. They just would never had diss tracks.
I think
feel
at
like
the
they
time,
might would have done something together.
I think at the time, if that situation never happened, they would not be as successful as they are, because he released that diss track on Alyssa, right? And that got like a hell of views for him. He even talked about PewDiePie, and you know he was the top. He's about to be not the top anymore, but he's
T-Series.
Yeah, because the T-Series. But it, you know, even talked about PewDiePie and all them, and then they was getting a lot of coverage for that song. It even got to us because we did not know nothing about no Jake Paul before that song.
Because we did not know anything about Jake Paul or Logan. I didn't, especially me, because I wasn't even in the Vine verse. So like, I mean, I was in one, but like
you was in that I Love You. If you guys remember
I
I
was
Love
in
You,
that
bitch.
one, but I'm saying like I wasn't an actual Viner.
Right.
Like I didn't have an account.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't on it, so I didn't know anything about them. I was just like, it's just two brothers. Like that's
I'm not saying that they won't be successful. I'm just saying that
I
as
think
successful.
they still would have been.
They would have been, but not as successful. Cause that it was like an escalation. It was like, all right, diss track on him. Then Rice Gum got into it. Then they dropped the diss track, and then Logan got it to Lizard and back in the diss track, and another one, and another one, and they just kept dropping more and more music, and then doing crazier stuff around the stuff to cause drama.
Yeah.
And you know, drama equals views. So and attention, like they said, bad publicity is no publicity. So on top of all those things building up, it was just like
stepping stones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's get back into it.
Yeah. Because how the fuck how are you even okay now? I honestly, keeping it real, I don't think you are. That situation.
He's not. That's what we've been saying this whole video.
It changed a lot for me. Like, yeah.
And here's the thing, once again, not to throw Logan under the bus, but I think your brother has, a history of not knowing where the line is. That in his head was content. It's views, it's that, it's a music video. Like, I think there's like an emotional detachment
that Logan has.
Where it's like, oh, but it's views and it's drama and it's this and it's that, right? Like, Jake loves that, he gets it. If you guys weren't YouTubers, that would end a family. That's like,
like I'm not talking to you anymore.
Because you're YouTubers, you have to like play into it, and it's like clicks and views, and like it's very toxic. It's very.
Yeah.
Well, I had two options. I had one option which was like, don't talk to this kid ever again. Or option two, not let it split us apart.
Right.
Which is what she wanted.
Right.
And I chose option two, and it was a lot harder of an option because that, like, mentally I had to like cope with it, and it still like haunts me, like.
I know it does.
To this day, like I'll just like.
It's not like you can get away from it because you're on
YouTube, so it's there constantly in front of your face.
Like I just think about.
In the same area, they're like in the same general area.
Yeah, and John in the same city, so. It's like you might run into her in the grocery store.
A lot of trust issues from it. Like I don't trust like anybody. Like.
Truly.
Like, Erica like had to like teach me how to like
trust someone again.
Because like I didn't know.
I can see him tearing up a little bit right now.
Like teach me how to love and like trust again, because like I just didn't want to, and like she was like the closest person to me, and I was like, okay, well, like she could like screw me over like as much as Alyssa and Logan did. And so like Erica had to like come into my life to like
to show he doesn't have to
teach
go
me how to
through
like
anymore.
love and like trust again, and
well, at least she came into his life.
yeah, it's been a lot to deal with.
Yeah. It's hard because I'm like holding back a little bit. I mean, I told you earlier, sorry. I have a soft spot for you. We talked about it even in.
I was just gonna say that
the past couple hours.
He connects to
I've
Jake.
Noticed it's hard for you to feel things and express what you're feeling, and I don't want, even though he's your brother and you love him and stuff, I don't want this to be something that you like push down, because
it's suppressed.
Feel this. Like, this is like, and I know that you might have been raised like, don't feel a certain thing, don't be a certain way. I was raised the same way. Like, that's not strong, that's not manly, fucking suck it up.
Like, don't cry.
That's what I hate too sometimes about people's parenting, especially towards sons.
That's something
because it makes sons feel like they're not supposed to feel things. And y'all do feel things, and it's not fair.
Something that would tear up a person. It didn't tear you up because you were probably like raised to like be strong. But I think that might be forcing you to push that shit down. Which is why I'm happy Erica's around, honestly, because I feel like she's probably a person who you could be real and actually feel things around. She's not going to judge you and make you feel like you're being a pussy, make you feel like whatever. So.
Yeah.
Even now you're still like kind of protecting your brother and making sure nobody's mad at you, but like this is like you don't have to.
This is what you're feeling.
People know.
Right. feel like he's trying to fight from crying.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't want to like hurt anyone. Yeah.
Nobody can be hurt or mad at you for
how you feel.
talking about your shit.
Right.
The truth, talking about what you've been through. Have you talked to your brother and stuff about like the fact that it might come up at some point again? Like when he sees this, are you gonna be like scared? Like, oh, I don't want him to be mad because like.
Yeah, part of me is like, yeah, he's probably gonna be pissed about this.
Of course he is. He's gonna be mad.
I think he also understands that like he did it and like and that he fucked up too.
He might not even say anything about this. Actually, he might just be like, "Oh, whatever, I did it."
Like real bad, and I think he did admit that. So, you know, but it happened and he went through it and like. So fucked up. Like, literally, where's the line? It's crazy. So, sorry, that was just my side rant on camera.
Right, we're just getting like a little piece of
These
his
people are
rant.
fucking crazy. What the fuck? Sorry. Okay.
He has to calm down for a second.
Man.
Oh my god. Okay. The assault situation.
That's what I was gonna ask. I was like, are we gonna speak about that?
But he says like, oh, Jake said he'd come out and apologize, and that was the deal. Like, he kind of says something about it, and I don't press charges, I don't say anything, and then it's all gone. But he never really did. And also the video that you
It's
guys
still
posted
up.
So I think that's something we should talk about. Super honest. At this point, I'm pretty sure there's been no lies. It's been very, very blunt.
So he doesn't want him to lie now.
So here's your chance now. Let's do it. What actually happened? Why didn't you come out and say something and apologize if you did have any hand in
And
it?
they probably put
Or
some
you'd say
bullets and
anything?
thing too.
And why is the video still up?
So basically, she explained to me in detail that Banks like grabbed her by the neck, like tried to like choke her or something. She saw him making out with a girl.
He was hooking up with that other girl, and that's not Alyssa.
She had like voice memos and like things from the night that she
But-
sent
oh,
to
he's heard
Erica,
those messages.
basically explaining like the situation like right after it happened. And like you could like hear the fear and stuff in her voice, and there was like no reason in my head like not to believe her. And I was like, wow, this is like the dude who is dating like my ex-girlfriend, like part of
So
her
he
is,
jumped
like,
on
yeah,
it.
let's like expose this and like make him look bad, which and obviously there was like so much beef between us at the time, and like there's beef with like Rice Gum, there's beef between me and Alyssa. Both parties like hated each other, and I decided to like make it into a video.
And to expose.
Not what should have been done, but it was a decision like that I made in that moment to do. And again, I had like no reason not to believe her.
You're not an actor. You're from Colorado. You're not an actor. I can see you're sort of getting emotional about this.
Like everything she was saying was like so vivid and real, and like to me there was no reason on like why she would have like made that story up.
But
The
then,
video. Well, first she actually like filed a police report, but we made the video, put it up online, and
She filed a police report about what? Was it
About-
just that she got hit somewhere, or was his name
or
in it?
he's
I
in
think
it.
his name was in
If
it.
his
Yeah.
name was in it, they would have called him.
I think she specifically like said that he like strangled her or something in the club.
I just so happened to take a picture of Megan with the police filing the police report. It's valid.
Everyone thought that we like hired like fake cops and stuff to like make it look like it was a real police report. I just want to say like out of like all of the shit that like I've done, like this was like I feel so stupid even just like talking about this situation now.
So,
And like I handled it like the completely wrong way, and it's something that should have never been put online. So like, I feel dumb like even trying to like explain like my justification for it. Like I just hate talking about it and like bringing it up.
I mean, when there is no line, and when the drama and the beef and everything gets to a point where
Yes.
it's like there's literally no fucking line.
Yeah.
Right.
When something like that happens, I can see inside of your head, like what you said, which is like, perfect. Let's ruin them.
Like, let's get
fucking
them.
Expose it. Done. Fuck yeah, let's do this. Yeah, we don't know 100% for sure what
If it's true.
really did happen, or 100% proof and all this stuff, but it doesn't matter. So when I bring this up now, fucking there it is. Fuck those people. It's 100% wrong. Shouldn't have done it. But the psychology of it makes sense.
Yeah. It was
Right.
too real and like too hostile and yeah.
I think that's another situation where it's like you have this platform, right? Millions of people are watching you. And I say this with a lot of YouTubers. They have all these people watching you.
Right.
A lot of power, and it's like, oh, I fucking hate this person.
Let's
hate that
ruin them.
person. They piss me off. I can fucking ruin them. Yeah, let's fucking do it. Yeah, you've seen it all. I see it all the time on YouTube. This situation was just like next level because it involved assault, which is like
Serious.
no.
It's not
So
joking.
you and him talked about it. Why didn't you publicly say like, I fucking shouldn't have done that? That was stupid.
That's a good question. Like
Was he legally not allowed to?
yeah,
I think so.
maybe part of me was like, I don't want to bring this up again. By the time we met up and talked about it, like it was already had dissipated. I felt like maybe it would just bring up that topic again. Banks and I talked about it in person, like resolved it, and like I think he's a good person, and like we've both grown so much and learned a lot from that.
Yeah. Do you have a reason for it still being up?
Right. Why is it not deleted?
Like why wouldn't you take it down? Why wouldn't you private it?
Is it the views?
I never thought about it. Like,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to lie. You just be like, I don't think about it.
Should probably take it down now.
Think about it. I don't know if that would. I think the damage was already done, so many people had already seen it by the time like. I don't know. I mean, I can delete it. I probably should delete it.
Yeah. Maybe.
Like, tell you what to do or anything. I think it is something that people are just like, why is it still up?
You can probably just delete
Like
it.
if it's been resolved, why is it still up?
So I don't forget.
While you're doing that, I should delete a few clips. Do my old videos. Jeez.
It's a lot of prompts you gotta go through
Yeah.
to delete a video.
That's really good. That's cool.
Erase that chapter.
Alright, was not expecting that.
Okay.
Alright. I think something that's
Oh.
interesting that like I've
Jeez.
just never really heard you talk about, the effects of the Suicide Forest video.
I think he tried to stay out of
The
it.
effects it had.
I think when that happened.
I would have stayed out of that. I would have stayed out of it too.
It really did fuck up his fucking business and everything, right? I haven't really heard about how it affected you and yours. Because a lot of people think they're the same person.
Yeah.
I mean, y'all are brothers, so.
It like dramatically affected my business. It dramatically affected press, everything. Like probably the same, just as much as it affected him. Because like you said, people think we're the same person, and
You know, we do similar things. We're in the same industry, but you know, we're different people, and
when that happened with him, like my name just got looped into everything. It was like
Well,
Logan
yeah,
Paul did
'cause when
this.
you see Logan
also has a
Paul, you see
brother
Jake
that is
Paul.
known for like controversial stuff, and yeah, really
And it makes it worse.
messed up things from an advertising standpoint to a brand deal standpoint to even just like how, like the public views like the Paul brothers, you know.
As a negative light.
Oh yeah.
I felt all of it.
Because I was mad when that happened.
Just to like give a little bit of like context, but like the day after it happened, or like the day he posted the video, like 2 days after that, I was supposed to be doing like a brand deal for like 7 figures.
Dang.
And like that got taken away.
Ooh.
I had like another one planned for.
Ooh, that
was
hurts.
another 7-figure brand deal. That like called. Yeah, we're not doing it anymore. Like.
Oh.
So like from a business standpoint,
Man.
it like really affected. From an emotional standpoint, like I think I learned a lot from the situation as well. Like it was a lot to go through for like our family just in general. Like it definitely brought us like a lot closer together.
Did you know that the video was gonna go up? Did you know about it before?
He told me what happened, and he was like, "Bro, I just did like the craziest thing just happened." And he was just like, "Yeah, blah 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 blah," and he was like, and he like explained it like very briefly, and I was like, "Oh, like you're posting that?"
Like you saw a dead body and you're
And
posting
that was like literally the first thing I said to him over the phone, and I didn't like know what the video was or like what it looked like or like I didn't even know like how much he would film. And
What did you think when you saw it?
I didn't watch it until like after like people were
The
posting
aftermath.
clips. Because
And then that's when he was like, "Oh,
he,
let
like,
me
had
see it
deleted
now."
the video, so I only saw like clips of like what everyone was posting online. You know what I mean?
You can get the gist of it, seeing
I
the
was
clips.
shocked. Yeah.
Have you still not seen the full thing?
The full video? No.
Shane has the full thing.
I don't want. I don't
Probably has
want
the full
to.
thing.
Like. Does that make sense? Like.
He don't want to. Yeah.
I don't. Yeah. Like I don't want to watch it.
He doesn't want to revisit that, especially if you lost 7 figures
Just like
twice
I can't
over it.
wrap my head around the Alyssa thing. I also can't wrap my head around the Forrest thing.
You got a whole team behind you.
Like-
How did?
So you guys talk about it, or is it just something you're just like, this is too confusing, I don't want to talk about it?
It's for me. It's a little bit of that. Yeah. It's like this is too much, and like it. He learned his lesson. I think it made him a lot better of a person. Honestly, and for me, yeah, I don't like to talk about it because literally that's like all everyone wants to talk about when they talk about Logan Paul or even me. It's like
Because that was a
that's all
big
everyone
thing.
wants to talk about.
I think the reason it's interesting to me is because I can't imagine you doing that. I just can't.
Yeah.
What I will say is this. Now, it's almost like starting over. What do I actually like doing? And what do I want to do now?
Yeah.
Right.
1000%. Like that's why I'm on like this like vacation thing right now. Like
To
I did
figure
this
it out.
boxing thing and like all this, you know, like hype and.
Now I
whatnot.
will say that boxing, KSI saved their careers.
Oh,
Like-
because everybody forgot about.
It took
What
attention
happened?
away from that.
Well, kind of, because like they were bringing it up, like you
Yeah.
know, like taunting,
I know,
like in
but
the,
it's
in
still
the crowd and stuff.
in YouTube verse.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
it took the attention away from that.
Okay. Yeah, it did, because
It
everybody
did.
was focusing on who's gonna win
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So.
Yeah. So it took YouTube verse was like, oh yeah, you know, Paul's the bad guy, KSI and them the good guys, or whichever way you want to
Whichever
spin
way
it.
it went, yeah.
It was just like, oh, now we have something else to let's like, it's like my dog. It's like, oh yeah, you know, we talking about, you know, it's like a conversation starter. Like I'm talking about my dog.
I was like your dog.
No.
I was like, what's Rocky gonna do with it?
No, I'm saying it's like our dog. Like, you know, oh
Okay.
yeah, but my dog is so cute. Yeah, he's so cute. And then it just takes the attention away.
I see what you're saying.
So they really, really helped them out. Like that's like best friend level of help right there.
He's the best friend.
That's like best friend. I'm like, yo, bro, I saw what happened, and I think you need some help. Like that's like,
But I mean, I think that was like a catalyst for the fight to happen.
yeah.
I think
So-
what transpired was like a thing like, oh, now I gotta get him. Like now I gotta fight him.
Yeah,
I'm ready.
maybe. Yeah. All right, anyway,
Maybe.
let's go back in.
But like for me, that's why I want to like completely disconnect from like all of this social media shit right now. Is like to figure that out. Like, what do I really like to do? Like, what do I really want to do? Like, what's next for me? It's like you said. Like, it's like starting over. It's like a new, it's like a new chapter of like, at least my life, where it's like I made all of these mistakes. I have all of this knowledge now. I have like made a name for myself, and like, but now it's like, yeah, what am I gonna do with that? And to me, that's exciting.
I think now is kind of perfect timing. You, in my eyes, have changed your videos recently. You're not doing as crazy things. Now that you have Erica, now that, you know, I know it's not you, but now you have me. You have people you can trust. I think now it's like time where it's like, you need to fucking do your own thing and figure out who Jay is.
I was wrong.
I have a weird gut feeling about you. I always have. I think you're better than, you know, all of this drama shit. I think it's like, you don't need to do that anymore. And also, like, this is something that, like, I might be overstepping the boundary, but, like, it's just my opinion. You don't have to take it. But working with family is bad. I know you love your family.
But you need to step back some.
It is toxic. It doesn't fucking work. My mom, at one point, lived with me and worked with me, and I love my mom, but that was bad. It ended bad.
Yeah.
And, like, we like, didn't talk for a while. She moved out. It was a whole thing, right?
Aww.
But then,
His
once I
mom's
was
so
on my own
sweet.
again, and I figured out who the fuck I was, that's when shit really started growing, and I started getting better and figuring things out and making cooler stuff, because it's like, and I don't know the full story, but like your dad, like kind of living there part-time with you know, being a part of your business.
I don't think his dad should be part of it at all. That's what I feel like.
That out for him and for you.
Yeah.
That's gonna end bad.
Yeah.
Even if you love each other, bad. Because like, he's your dad.
Yeah.
And Logan's your brother. Like, it's just too interconnected.
Too much of the
I don't
family.
know what's next. We haven't really talked about your business and all of that stuff, but like, I think it is something that maybe you should think about, which is like, oh, I gotta do this for me.
Yeah.
Next, I gotta do this shit for fucking me. I shouldn't have a million people depending on me. There were so many people at your house,
Yes.
and they all are depending on you. And that is like stressful as fuck. It's like a lot more.
I would think so. And
There's
they would
not
all
many people
automatically
trust out
be
here,
like yes
I'm
men
sure you know that.
because
And,
you're the boss.
my dad's in there right now to like look over everyone's shoulder. Like my old business teams were like stealing money from me, and so, and I think in that capacity it's been super helpful.
Look at that dog just loving mine.
And I think he can help in that way.
Yeah.
He can help get shit back on track. But then I think you need to do your own thing.
Yeah.
Just fucking like your own thing, like doing your own thing and making shit you love and not having 100 people in your house all the time.
My mindset has changed, and I think a lot, like what people will see is definitely a lot of focus more in myself and less people like depending on me.
Right. So is he gonna cut
And
Team
not
10
being out
down?
saying that, by the way. Don't feel like,
think?
oh, my dad's gonna be mad, or other people are gonna be mad.
I don't know if he
You're not
can.
an asshole for saying that's just a human thing.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot.
Fuck me, yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know what the first step of this is, but I think like you can do like a talent management thing, that's fine. But like it shouldn't be something where you're handing people careers, because that's just fucking not gonna work.
Yeah, I mean,
That was a lot. That was a lot.
That was a lot.
That was a lot. That was a lot to talk about.
Yeah, no.
And it's like, okay, so with the Alyssa thing, you can see that it's still affecting him today.
Yeah.
He could say that, like, you know, I'm over it, but like he's not.
No, you're not over it, bro.
He's not over it at all. And it shows in the video. And just like Shane said, it's like you could say that you're over, but you're not.
Yeah.
Like
No,
you
no.
move past from it, but you're not over it. Like it's still hurting you today. It's still affecting you today. He might have to talk to his brother, or like maybe they might have to do like family counseling.
That's why I said Shane can't just end it right here. Shane.
Not a reunion. Not a
Please.
reunion for YouTube. I'm talking about them off camera.
No. Do it on camera and on camera.
No, I'm talking about family, not Team 10.
No,
Take Team 10 out of it.
Get Logan, Bryce Guns, all in one room and end it. Just end it. That was all.
I'm saying have the Paul family.
Okay, they could do that on their own time.
Family therapists.
They can do that, and they can do that.
That's what I feel.
But
like.
I feel like
off of camera.
I need to know. I feel like I need to know what's up with my man Nick Crumpet. I need to see what's up with the Martinez twins. All the other twins they had. Everybody in one room have a Team 10 reunion. Shane will be the MC, master of ceremony, and have Logan there, all that, and they all air their dirty laundry out and end it. and then let it finish right there.
They could do that too, but I'm saying the more important one was.
Yeah, they could do that too. They could do that too.
And as far as like the dad, I feel like bringing the dad in, like I understand like he wanted him to like, you know, oversee like the money thing because like people could try to screw him over.
Yeah.
But I'm saying
I want
the
to know
dad
more about
doesn't
that
have
too.
to be in the house. He does not have to be in the house.
Yeah.
Like if I want my dad, hey, to just help me with like financial advice to be like my consultant, he could be right at home in Ohio. And I can call him and FaceTime him.
Yeah.
Different meetings and stuff like, hey son, hey, yeah, so we're gonna talk about this right now and look over a few things. That would have been cool. You don't have to be over somebody's shoulder in the house with all those young people and everything and acting like you the big boss and stuff.
Yeah.
Like that does not have to happen. I could just call you. We have phones.
Yeah, I want to know more
We
about.
have email. We can do all that.
I want to know more about that stealing money part.
Yeah.
They kind of sprinkled over that a little bit.
I mean, I don't think
that
they could go deeply into it, saying like, you know, this person stole money and this person.
That's what the Team 10 reunion would be for.
I mean,
I'm all for it. Let's start a petition. Let me stop. But yeah, the series was great, Shane. I want to know.
I feel like this is a movie.
I want to know who's next. Now I saw a tweet by him.
I saw a tweet,
You saw the same
recently
tweet.
saying that him and Bad Baby should have a series together. Which.
And then he said, what's it, JoJo? What's that girl's name?
JoJo Siwa?
Like switch lives for
Because I heard that those which I didn't know. I heard that those two had beef.
Oh, please,
because
I'm all for
one
it.
acts like her age and one doesn't.
I'm all
and they're
for it.
around the same age.
I'm all for it.
So.
I'm all for it.
Now I'll be
for
interested to see that Bad Baby one. Not because of like, you know, how this went, but because, you know, when she was first discovered.
I remember when we first reacted to it.
Yeah, because we first reacted to it because somebody was like, oh, you got to see this girl on Dr. Phil. So we looked at it. And that was before like she like blew up and everything, and like Catch Me Outside was like a thing.
It was weird to us because we saw it when it first, and we was like, okay, she said Catch Me Outside, but I was like,
and
okay.
We was just like, oh, this girl's just disrespectful to her mom. I was like, wow. I was like, I cannot say these things to my mom. And then she blew up off of that.
Then,
but
no, it was like, it was weird. It was like, okay, it was like, all right, we saw it like months ago, and then it just resurged again.
I mean, yeah, at the time that we saw it, it was like nothing happened. But then like months after, like we did the reaction to it, like maybe like 4 or 5 months after, that's when it like really blew up. And I was just like, oh, there goes the person that we saw a while back.
Right, I'm like,
but I'm saying it would be interesting to see the series because on the Dr. Phil show, we looked at it and they sent her off to like some ranch to like work on her behavior. Her accent was not there. Like the accent that she talks in right now was not there. And she was like a normal girl tending to the horses. And as soon as she came back to Dr. Phil, oh yeah, Catch Me Outside. So it's kind of like
I want Shane to expose
if this is like a character, which I feel like it is.
I really do too.
And see what's going on there, because I'm not understanding. I'm not.
I want Shane to expose.
You're all for that.
Oh, okay. So other than them two, who would you guys want? Who would you think should Shane?
Logan.
Of course, he
So
definitely needs to.
2.
He could do just a 1-part series on that and just end it there.
Yeah, because I feel I don't feel like Logan will go that deep. I feel like he'll just be like, look, this is your time, and go.
Just one off, if anything.
So that, and does it have to be YouTube wise, or could it be like anybody?
Oh, I think YouTubers wise. I think YouTube wise.
YouTube wise. See, I don't know because I don't really I don't really be on YouTube except for like when I have to watch the videos that you guys ask us to react to. That's the only time I watch people.
Right.
Like I don't really go on there on my own time and look up people to watch.
Because we don't want to like step on any toes and all of a sudden you guys be like, oh, you can't watch that because we want you to watch that with us. And I'm just like, oh. Well,
I've never really watched YouTube to watch YouTubers. Like when I used to watch it, I used to watch how-tos. Like to figure out what I'm doing at that time. Like I didn't really go on there to be like, oh, this is my entertainment for the night. Like that, I didn't do that. So that's why I'm like, I don't really know.
So I think that definitely.
Who else has been in controversy?
Catch Me Outside, girl. Who has been in controversy? I don't know. I know what that makeup. What is that? That makeup guru that was like, they was like she's doing fake tears or whatever.
I don't know.
I forgot. It was like, yeah, she was fake crime or something.
Oh, I don't even know her name.
I don't know her name either.
I
just
just know that I've seen the clip of her crying and people saying it was fake crime, which it definitely looked like it. But I don't know who she is, so I don't know. Maybe y'all do. Maybe y'all know exactly who we're talking about, but I don't know her name.
Other than that, that's it.
I can't really think of anybody else. But I like this new direction that serious stuff has went to, because we were watching him when he was doing like the conspiracy.
Because I still want the, listen,
still like those.
Hey, can you take a break and I get a little bit of that?
But
between sprinkled in there or something?
But I like that he's trying something new.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna be like, oh, she needs to go back. Like, no. Like,
I would like a little conspiracy theories every here now and then, just to take a break from this one, because I know this might have been the most challenging one for him.
Yeah.
A lot of energy, a lot of time, a lot of editing. So take a break, but hit us with a quick conspiracy theory, because I need those. And then you could go back and do the. I think that would be a good idea though. The Bad Baby one and the JoJo Siwa.
I think the Bad Baby one is good.
Switching their lives, making them meet, because they did have meet.
Yeah.
That would be good. I will enjoy that. I would thoroughly enjoy that. So
yeah. So.
But anyway, guys, comment below. Tell us.
Don't forget to like, share.